Ciao, hi, hey guys, just checking I'm live on Facebook as well. Ciao, hi, hey guys, it's your boy MKS here, back in another video. Just been for a walk and get some milk, nice to run it. But anyway, welcome to part two of my wish list, if you like, shopping list, wish list, or whatever for my birthday in 7 months' time. I know it's a long way ahead, but I thought I'd talk about the selfish version because it's January, it's the first month, looking after number one, which I talked about, in part one. And I'm wearing my Italian flag because I want to think about Italian football. So anyway, these are pointers number 11 to 20 as per usual. I'll try and get to a point if I can, ASAP. I'll drink that as I say. I'll try not to give too many nice life stories and that kind of thing, try to say honestly, sarcastically. Well, I suppose I'm copying other people when they say nice life story. Anyway, here goes. So number 11, I'll say these are points number 11 to 20. Yeah, I forgot to say that. I think I did say that. Number 11, I forgot to say in part one, point number one, about I was mentioning about how I'd love for like Apple together with Amazon, Alibaba, and others that begin with A to invest in AC Milan. And I mentioned about what they would get in return, but I forgot to mention about. I forgot to mention what they would get in return. I was going to say that in point number 6, but I didn't get around to it because I forgot. Given my memory problem, yeah, I'll probably mention that in point number 13. But I guess I'm a creature of habit, so I think of like things I would change. I'd love to change around myself, the world, life itself, whatever. Like from a less selfish point of view. I know I said this is like my more selfish version, but from a less selfish point of view, I'd love to get rid of poverty, or at least absolute poverty, tackle suffering, and help the world to be a happier place. But I'm mainly thinking of the more selfish dreams about like benefiting the town for mainly and things like that. But yeah, I'm a creature of habit, so I say as I got older, I can't imagine myself changing too much. Like I did dream to change, or I still kind of do, but to change my punctuation. I tried to install Grammarly, but I really struggle with that. So to change my habits and my punctuation and general habits and patterns that I use and things like that. So I guess I do try and be flexible, but I know people might say to change certain things, but I can't imagine myself changing too much. Like I think, like what my friends says about changing my diet and things like that. I don't want to say that. You're wasting your breath because it's not going to happen. But I want to keep an open mind. But it's unlikely that I'll change. So if I could do a deal with my maker, I would be able to eat or drink whatever I want without getting ill or whatever. But as I was walking, I thought, considering I used to love to walk a lot, and I still do when I can. It does take a bit of time up, but I was out of breath already just going around the block, and that's happened to me a few times. So I think I'm carrying a bit. I know I'm carrying a bit of extra weight to carry, which makes things more difficult. But yeah, thinking about changes. Really, I'd love to look into what practical investment into Tangible and Celtic, especially the former. But there's lots of things I'd love to change about Tangible and Celtic to improve them, basically. And I suppose improvement unfortunately requires change. Again, something I do struggle with as a creature of habit. But I'm going to move on to point number 12. As I say, I'd love to continue to try and encourage investment into a tangible. Talking about the more selfish version. In other months, I'll probably talk about less. Well, I'll definitely talk about less selfish stuff. I'll probably still include the tangible stuff and a few selfish stuff, a few selfish things. But I'd also talk more about trying to help Africa in tech and that kind of thing. And things like that. But I'm tackling poverty, bullying, and things like that, and trying to encouraging people and things like that. And there's something else I forgot to say in point number 11. I think I'll say this in point number 12. I'd love to. I was thinking about again, I meant to say this in point number 11, but I forgot. I'd love to encourage I was thinking about Dubai and how I'd love for them to invest into. And sponsor a town football, to invest into a town football and sponsor and things like that, and invite youth teams, especially like parks and schools, youth teams, academies and whatnot to Dubai, and also to invest into and sponsor it, as to a town football. I'd love for them to invest into Roma and to sponsor like academies for Juventus, and I'd love for as many companies as possible to sponsor academies for Juventus as well as investing in town teams. When it comes to Juventus, I'd love for them to specifically invest in the academies for the future, which would benefit hopefully the club and country, and Juventus can hopefully be proud produce and provide many great players for the national team to be what do you call it, feeder club, a feeder club for the national team, and maybe for AC Milan and especially for Roma. And also, given my use of alliteration, another thing I almost forgot to say is I'd love for dyslexics to be able to go to Dubai and network with each other and others as well, find networks. So again, going back to what that would benefit for Dubai, how that would benefit Dubai is they could host many summits and events, so they could invite Italian teams, especially youth teams, into it and into Dubai, and also sponsor Italian teams as a part of their PR. And also, I'd love for Italian teams to look at how they can provide a good ROI, return on investment, and so many investors to invest in them, and maybe to network with each other as well when they invest in Italian teams. And hopefully that will benefit Italian football, especially like helping them to produce more young players. But at the same time, it help football development in Dubai or even the UAE generally, perhaps. And also, I got a bit confused, but apparently the UAE is 7 different countries, including Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and 1 or 2 of them, obviously 5 others or whatever. Funny enough, there's the 7 sisters of Italian football as well, so maybe they could be invited to host tournaments in the UAE, across the UAE. But I'd love for them to have academies which will help them to produce the football development in their countries, and also, in this case, in Dubai, let's say, and also to have academies and sports clubs and things like that. So hopefully that will benefit Italian teams, giving them more funding to buy better players, and also helping them to develop their academies and market themselves around the world and that kind of thing. But at the same time, hopefully that would benefit Dubai, and it would increase their tourism and PR and things like that, and hopefully provide a good ROI, return on investment, as well as PR, public relations and that kind of thing. And with dyslexics, we can show what we could do for Dubai. Like they could invite Made by Dyslexia, Dyslexia Vantage and others to include entrepreneurs and people like that to show what we could do. Well, not me, but I mean dyslexics generally. So I was saying like D dyslexics to go, D to D dyslexics to go to Dubai and that kind of thing. And again, for dyslexics, it would help with networking with each other, but also with networking with other groups, like wealthy people go to Dubai for tax purposes. I think that'd be a great opportunity, and other countries as well. But I think like Dubai and all that kind of. I also wanted to talk about like Brunei, how the Sultan of Brunei has has massive car collection. I thought if he could invest in that, maybe he could find a new toy to invest in, which could be Italian football. I'd love for Brunei to invest in, to have a son of them that invests in Bologna or Bali. Again, going to iterations, B2B and that kind of thing. And again, I'd have mutual benefits. Number 13, if Apple, together with Amazon, Alibaba and whatnot, invest in AC Milan, what they would hopefully get in return is, hopefully they would be able to, again, I mentioned this in point number 1, what, Andrew, or 6, third time lucky or whatever, or even point 11, but I thought I'd wait till point number 13. They would benefit, hopefully. I talked about how hopefully AC Milan would benefit, obviously having more money, buy better players, invest in its academies and infrastructure and things like that, and market itself and brand itself around the world, which again will bring in more money, but hopefully, but also the foundation benefit charities. But in this case, Apple, together with Amazon, Alibaba and whatnot, maybe they could network with each other, open a portal to network with each other, but also so investors in this case in AC Milan could network with each other, but also they'd benefit by being able to sell their wares, sell their products, goods, services and whatnot, market them and sell them in the club stores and on the stands and in the pitches, in the stadiums, academies and things like that. So hopefully it'd be good for their PR and provide a good return on investment. They could afford to take that risk. If I'm really dreaming, I'd love for them to invest 10% of their revenue each into AC Milan. But maybe I'd be probably lucky if they invested 10 or 1%, to be fair, but it'd still be a lot of money. It would still make a massive difference. I know some people might say, again, it's a selfish dream, which I'm talking about. But yeah, hopefully they'll have a mutual benefit of it. It's got to be something in it for them to want to do it. Similar with like Torino, and other Italian teams as well. Like an example like Torino, if Tata, Toyota, Tesla, and companies like that invest in Torino, hopefully they'll benefit. They'll also be able to have academies in their home countries, and again, benefit from PR and that kind of thing. So they can have academies as well in America, Japan, and India, respectively, and develop football in their countries, and that would look good for their PR as well, I guess. Number 14, I hope to find solutions, and again, look at how Italian football can have solutions. Number 15, I would say hopefully town football can improve at club and country level, having the funding to invest in academies and for club teams to invest in better players as well. But hopefully have at least 3 under 21 players and develop the academy players as well. I think that's a difficult balance, like playing younger players as well to give them opportunities for the future, whilst also thinking of the short term. So hopefully having a balance between older and younger players. Number 16, I'll say hopefully there'll be Italian teams can look at how to provide a good return on investment. Basically, it'd be worthwhile investing in Italian teams. Number 17, again using my imagination, I'd love to see all possible investors that begin with the same letter or letters investing in Italian teams, i.e., I'd say Tesla, Toyota, Tesla, Toyota, and Tata, and others investing in Torino and that kind of thing. Again, Apple together with Amazon and Alibaba investing into AC Milan. And I thought, what if they changed the name to like Apple Calcio Milan or Amazon Calcio Milan or Alibaba Calcio Milan instead of Association Calcio, Association Football Milan. But those could be nicknames, because I thought like some teams, some investors in football have got in trouble by trying to change the name or the culture of a football team. But in this case, they could have they could just be nicknames instead of a complete change. Hopefully, fans will be alright with it. Number 18, I hope to promote the positives of Italian football. Number 19, at the same time, I hope Italian football do a lot for good, like helping programmers, software developers, and coders and whatnot as well. But from a selfish point of view, as I say, I want to see Italian football develop. And number 20, I suppose it's a dilemma, producing good young players and giving them opportunities to play and practice, but at the same time having more winning in the short term, because I want to see Italian teams winning Champions Leagues like ASAP and doing a lot better in Europe in the short term. So I'm not the most patient myself. And it's similar with Celtic, like a manager coming in has to hit the ground running or whatever, has to get results really quickly, because fans, including myself, are not always the most patient, certainly not me anyway. I'm sure many other fans are not the most patient. That's why when the new manager came into Celtic, fans were not patient with him. But I think they thought his tactics were like too stubborn and they weren't going to change anyway. But some probably just wanted to win straight away. Anyway, on that note, I'm out and peace out.